So last week I recommended you guys to go and buy the gold versions of players who got team of the seasons, and they've done really well out of packs. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the players to buy that go out of packs this Friday for Premier League team of the season. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free. With Amazon Prime, you'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So last week we recommended you guys go and buy some of these guys who are going to get a team of the season this Friday's gold card, because the gold card's out of packs for a week, and because it's out of packs for a week it does quite nicely. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing how well last week's one's done, and then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the players to go and buy for Prem team of the season. We're going to talk about buy points, we're going to talk about sell points and everything in between. So we start off here with Modric, who we did recommend to go and buy midweek, and you can see right here, midweek after Thursday, he went down there to 9.4k. We can see he went down there to 9k. Now, since then, he's hit peaks of 12k, so he's gone up 3k in about 72 hours. Now, he is down a little bit now, but we do anticipate him rising in the next 24 hours. This wasn't unique to just Modric. We also saw Rafinha. Rafinha, again, on the Tuesday, and even the Wednesday, Thursday, went down to about 1.7, 1.8. He did rise up to 2.3, and he's holding that so far. So, again, not doing too amazingly, but again, we still got a fair few days of these guys going out of packs. And finally, we do have the likes of Bruno Fernandes, who, again, we can go and look on the Thursday. Before he went out of packs here, where he was about 13k. He did seem to hit peaks of 16k and is down to 14k now, but again, we do think he'll rise later in the week. But just showing you that every single piece of fodder that went out of packs this week did quite well. Well, this week we are getting the Premier League team of season. It is leaked, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the different players who could get a team of season, and as a result, buying their gold cards before they go out of packs. Now, the prediction I'm going to be using is going to be Footbin's prediction. Of course, there are hundreds of predictions out there, but because these guys is literally their job to go and make predictions, we'll give it good value. Their prediction is Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Saliba, Yadugi as the defenders, but then had Rodri, Rice, Salah and Foden as the midfielders, and finally Haaland and Watkins. So just before we do talk about buying the Prem team as seasons, talk about the buy time quickly. So on the buy time for these was Thursday, about 2 hours after Division Rival Awards, so we're saying about 10, 11. And you kind of add all the way through to Friday early morning. So I'd say there's almost a 12-hour buy time between 8 AM all the way around about, well, to 8 PM. Although, again, you do have to midnight. So, again, I guess there is a 16-hour buy time. The reason we do this is because, obviously, people open packs during Division Rival Awards, which allows the players to be nice and cheap. Do bear in mind, if any of these players in the prediction don't end up making the team this season, then they will, or they're an SBC or an objective, just understand they will be supplied pretty heavily on the Friday, and as a result, go down. So, for example, Modric went down here, but he didn't go down on the Friday because he went out of packs on the Friday. But if he didn't go out of packs on the Friday, he would have gone all the way down to, I think, about 6k. So, yeah, you would have lost coins. But again, any of the players you think in this prediction aren't likely, just don't invest in them and go with the guys who are more likely. So we start off here with 89 Alisson. 89's had good results last week of going from 17.5 all the way up there to 22, therefore doing a 3.5k rise, and they're anticipated to do better during the Prem, because I would anticipate more expensive SBCs during the Prem than we had during the most consistent, or the live team season. Also, the nice thing for Alisson is we know his demand shouldn't go down due to an Evo. Of course, some of these guys may be more meta cards and therefore could do well out of packs because of meta, but obviously we know EA don't drop goalkeeper Evos. They did drop a goalkeeper SBC, which would work out of favour for Alisson, but yeah. So these players basically have two lots of utility. One is them being demanded because, of course, they're fodder. The second utility is them being demanded because everyone's building Prem teams. During the Premier League team this season, everyone's building Prem teams because you've got Prem objectives, you're probably going to have Prem Evos, Prem SBCs, and people are going to pack on tradable Prem team this seasons in both upgrade packs and weekly rewards. Meaning people build Prem teams, which means these players, on top of Alisson going out of packs because he's fodder, he's also out of packs and in demand because people will be putting him into their team. Moving on to the second player, which is Trent, and 86ers have done pretty decently this week. They went down to 4k and then all the way up there to 5k. And again, this should do a nicer, prolong later in the week. Trent doesn't, like Alisson, doesn't really have any sort of weekly demand in terms of he's by far nowhere near one of the best right backs in the Prem, whereas that Alisson card is, up there with some of the best Premier League goalkeepers despite only being a gold card. But 86ers again are expected to do well due to the upgrade SBCs. Next week we're going to get an Icon SBC because we've got a Hero SBC this week, and so on. So again, Trent is also going to be a nice pickup because, 86 rated fodder isn't too bad. The next player we get to is Van Dijk. Now, I did actually tip Van Dijk in my sub-trading guide to go and buy him at 19k over the Friday-Saturday. You can see right here who is 18k there and 19.5 by the time we got to the Saturday morning, but would have been very achievable buy for 19k. Since then, he has gone up about 4 or 5k, which means unless this guy can be used for an Evo, I probably wouldn't go and buy him unless he gets back down there to 20k, just because he's become quite inflated because it's quite a mainstream investment. But Van Dijk again would be SBC fodder and easily a very demanded player out of packs. Now obviously if there's a centre-back Evo that he can't be using or a centre-back SBC, then that would decrease the demand for Van Dijk and he would go down to fodder prices, which is the reason we don't go and buy him at 23, 24k. Because if on Friday we go and get a Evo, which again is probably going to be Premier League related, and they can play in the centre-back, Van Dijk will go down to fodder because everyone's got him in their teams. On the other hand, if we don't go and get a centre-back Evo on Friday, then people are going to go and buy Van Dijk because he's the most popular centre-back in the Prem, which again is why he's in everyone's team. So it kind of can work in two ways. Same sort of thing here with Saliba. Saliba is an SBC fodder like Van Dijk slightly is. Saliba's already gone from 900 coins here to 1.6. Now I think it could easily go down to maybe about 1.2k come as of Thursday Division Rival Awards. But this guy's full utility is people just building Prem teams, either maybe for a Prem Evo, a Prem Cup or some Prem Objective. That would be the demand for Saliba, but again I wouldn't go and buy him unless he goes back down to 1.2k. And when you interfere with Udogie, there's no demand for Udogie, so I wouldn't go and buy him out of packs. You got the very outside chance he could be used for an Evo. You got the very outside chance maybe people buy him if it's a low rated Prem Cup, but I think that's very low. So the only utility on this guy is being able to be used for maybe an Evo, but I think that's way too hit and miss, and as a result I wouldn't waste your time buying Udogie. We now move on to the midfielders, and again we can cover these quite briefly. 89 Rodri is literally just got SBC utility. There's no one using him in cups. Maybe you get lucky and people use him in Evos, but yeah, him going down after Division Rival Awards is going to be a nice buy. Rice again doesn't really have any sort of demand in terms of cups or really demand for being used for Weekend League. Will have demand if he can be used in an Evo, and again will have good demand for 85s. Foden, on the other hand, an 85, so again, he'd be fodder. He'd be way more demanded for an Evo than Rice probably would. And again, he will have slight demand if there is a cup. So I can see him doing significantly better than Rice, and therefore maybe we pay a few hundred coins more for him than Rice, or for him than other 85s as a result. Same with Salah. Salah over Rodri does have a bit of weekend league demand of him out of packs. Would be more demanded to be used in a, let's say, a Premier League Cup than the likes of Rodri. So likewise, maybe I would go and pay 500 coins more than what Rodri's going for a few hours after Division Rival Awards. That then leaves us on to Haaland and Watkins. Watkins really won't have any demand, won't be demanded to use for Cups, won't be used for Weekend League. Very outside chance people would use his base card for an Evo, bear in mind he's got 2 informs. Haaland, on the other hand, would be pretty decent, would be demanded for Cups. Unlikely to be able to be used for Evos, but again, obviously would be super demanded for that. He is 91 rated SBC fodder, that works really nicely in his favour, is what I'd say is going to wrap it up. Regarding selling these players, you could literally hold on to them all week. Just to understand, for anything meta, as soon as an SBC or an Evo in their position comes out, they will drop in price. So, as I say, it is the prediction in the end of the day. Hopefully what you can do is, if you think different players are going to get in, take the logic I've got on certain players and apply it to them. Are they going to be demanded for a cup? Are they going to be demanded if an Evo can use them? Are they SBC fodder? Are they like Van Dijk where they're 4k more than SBC fodder? But that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching, and see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.